Hey, my name is Trent Barfield, and my game is Call of Duty Warzone. Uh, Call of Duty Warzone is a free Battle Pass game that was released in March 2020. First, I'd like to talk about the three developers of Call of Duty. So we have one of them is Infinity War, there's Treyarch, and then there's Sledgehammer. So Infinity War is best known for the Modern Warfare series. Also, they're best known for Warzone. So I'll be talking about Infinity War a lot. And then also, Treyarch is best known for their Black Ops series and also Zombies. And the Sledgehammer is, they have a part of, they help with Call of Duty games, so they're best known for Advanced Warfare. And they kind of had a say in like doing their zombies as well. But yeah, mainly I'm going to be talking about Warzone. So I'm going to start off with the three game modes of Warzone. So we have Plunder, Resurgence, and the main Battle Royale. So the main Battle Royale mode is like other titles in the genre where players compete in a non-stop shrinking map to be the last player remaining, like Fortnite or Apex. Players parachute into a large game called Verdansk, where they encounter other other players. So Verdansk is the name of the map, and so Verdansk was actually the first map that Infinity War made for Warzone. Right now, there's new maps now, but Verdansk was the only map for the first, so like 8 or 9 months, 7 months, like that, something like that. But as the game progresses and players are killed, the circle area shrinks, pushing the remaining players into like a tighter space, leading other players to like kill one another and making the game go by quicker. In Warzone, the areas outside of like the safe circle become contaminated with like a green gas, and it drains health, killing the player if they do not reach the safe circle. So kind of like Fortnite with their storm is what they called it. It's the exact same thing. Same thing with Apex. Speaking of Fortnite and Apex, unlike them, Warzone introduces a greater need on vehicles and a new in-game currency aspect, which can be used at buy stations in the map. So at buy stations, you can get loadouts. And loadouts are an example of where cash can be used for access to players' custom classes. So to have these custom classes, you have to create them in a lobby of like at Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Cold War. So players can use cash to buy items such as kill streaks and gas masks. Also, and the way to find cash would be looting buildings. It could be laying on the ground, or also like killing players if they have cash on them. So the next game mode is Resurgence. Resurgence is a game mode that is much smaller and fast-paced, comparing it to the Battle Royale game mode. Goal of the mode remains the same from the regular Battle Royale, with the last squad standing wins that game. But for Resurgence, it generally allows more risky gameplay from teams, as there's a respawn aspect that you don't have in the regular Battle Royale. So the respawning aspect is, so let's say you have 4 people on your team, including you, and 3 of the teammates that you have are dead. And so if you survive for I would say 30 seconds, if you survive for 30 seconds, the amount of time that needs for them to come back, then they will come back into the game. So you can't do that in the regular Battle Royale. So that's an amazing aspect of Resurgence. Resurgence is on a smaller map called Rebirth Island too. So it's very small, very complex, very stressful, as I would call it. Very fast paced. Um, so if you don't want to like go into a regular battle royale game, which could take 30 minutes to get to the end, like it takes forever. And so Resurgence is a good game mode for more fast paced, more quick games. But yeah, the other game mode is called Plunder. Plunder is a mode is very different from Resurgence and the regular battle royale mode. Um, Basically, it's a teams drop into a race to collect cash as much as possible. So you can do that by opening supply boxes, killing other players, and then also there's contracts that you have to complete across the map. Um, Also, there's helicopters that come down, so you can like deposit your cash, so other players can't steal your cash. Um, so another awesome aspect of this game is you don't know what you're going to get. So it's kind of random with so just for an example, let's say that you're in a lobby and you go to a house on the map. And so you go in the house and you see a supply box there. Well, if you go to a different lobby and you go to the exact same house, the supply box could not be there anymore. It switched to another place. And so it's kind of random what's going to happen. Also, it's just like that with the buy stations. They switch around the map. Also, with cash on the ground and how much cash they give, it's always different. Even with guns on the ground. Also, I would say in the supply boxes, you also don't know what you're going to get either. So one time you can get like a machine gun, and the next time you can get a handgun. It's very random, which I mean I kind of like that aspect of the game because it gives players more. It gives players that are not good at the game a better chance than a person that is very very good at the game. But yeah, it's very unpredictable, and I like it that way. So next, I want to talk about the developers and the industry. So, like I said, we have Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer. So Infinity Ward is in charge of Warzone. As of when it came out, as released, it was in charge of Warzone. So Activision is also the publisher of Warzone. And actually, Activision announced that Warzone had exceeded over 60 million downloads in the first 2 months of the release. In April 2021, Activision announced that Warzone had reached 100 million active players, which is crazy, and I believe there's so many people that play the game. In 1 year, Activision had made $3 billion from Warzone alone. Also, what's kind of different about this game is there's such a huge community bias. And Warzone has helped the community come together over time. But see, a lot of people love Treyarch because they do the zombies mode for Black Ops. Black Ops is more of I would say they go back in time with stuff, so they can be like World War II, World War I, Vietnam. It's very different. They're not, right now in this time, they're not present in time. They have to go back and have zombies, which a lot of people love that. I would say Treyarch is my second favorite. Also, so Sledgehammer, they help out Infinity Ward with some things. So they're best known for Advanced Warfare. So Advanced Warfare, that was the first game where they had jetpacks, and I'm not a big fan of the jetpacks. I like a more realistic game, especially for military shooting games, first-person shooting games. So I'm not a big fan of Sledgehammer. I know a lot of people are. because they like the jetpacks, and they also helped out with some zombies on Advanced Warfare. But personally, I do not enjoy Sledgehammer games. My number one is Infinity Ward, because they are, like, they've covered all the Modern Warfares, Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, and then the newest one that came out last year in 2019? Yeah, 2019 they came out with the Modern Warfare. And I love in my opinion, I love the modern aspect, like, it's more realistic to me, on how they do it with, like, campaigns. So I mean, I love Infinity Ward. But anyway, back to the community biased. So that's kind of made with 3 developers. It's kind of made a community bias where people disagree with one another about certain games, and basically it's basically all the same. I mean, different games have different modes and different aspects, but so what has Warzone done for the community to come together is, so Infinity War made Warzone. So, and Warzone's a big battle royale, and everyone loves battle royales. And so they actually, when Call of Duty Cold War came out, they actually came together. Infinity War and Treyarch came together, and they made Cold War into the Warzone game also. So now there's Cold War guns and Modern Warfare guns in the same game. Also with the, like, different vehicles from each game, different characters. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that they've collabed together. The only thing they haven't collabed is zombies. Oh no, they actually did collab zombies. Yeah, they made zombies into the Warzone game a few months ago, leading up to the new map, 1984. So they've actually, like, the community has really come together with this idea, because it's made people not argue as much about what's the best game, what's the best aspect. Zombies is better, Warzone's better. They kind of just all added it together, and which, I mean, I don't mind. I like trying out new guns. Sometimes I get tired of the Modern Warfare guns, and so I would want to try out the Black Ops guns, Treyarch guns. So I think it's a very cool. I think it's very awesome what they did with that. For what's in store for the future of Warzone, I don't really exactly know. If I had to guess, I would say they would maybe, with the next Call of Duty game coming out, I think maybe they would collab with Sledgehammer. And so all 3 of them are together. And so that would even bring the community together even more. So, I mean, that's what I think would happen in the future. And also, there's so many things you can do with Warzone, with creating new maps, creating different guns. I mean, there's so much more. So I think Sledgehammer would have a big impact on that also. The last thing I want to talk about is the audience and the community. So Warzone has gained a lot of followers over the past year, not only for the gameplay, but for the Battle Pass. So the Battle Pass is the first thing I'm going to talk about. So as we've seen over the past years with Battle Passes, Battle Pass is a huge part of the Battle Royale concept. So we've seen that in Fortnite, we've seen that in Apex, and now we see it in Warzone. I think games keep applying this Battle Pass aspect into the game because the audience loves it, and it's a great way to get exclusive items for such a low price of $10. Usually it's $10. That's what it is in Warzone right now. The great thing about the Battle Pass is that you can buy it once and you don't have to buy it again. So you can buy one season for the Battle Pass, and then for the next season, you can also get that season for basically free for the $10 that you pay for the first season. The only way to get the next season is you have to complete the battle pass of the previous season. So usually there's 100 tiers, is what they call it, in one season of the battle pass. And once you get to the end, then you can also get the next battle pass, the next season that is going to come out. So I think using that creates such a loving community, and also it brings people back to the game, because they keep adding stuff to the battle pass. There's tons of stuff that they add to the battle pass. So the way they give, you can get the next season, so they give your money back in the battle pass. That's what I was basically talking about with you can get the next season if you complete it. So you can get your money back, but it only can go to that next season. Also, we can't forget about the prizes in the battle pass. So the prizes could be it could be a new gun, a character, it could be a skin for your character or gun. It can be vehicle skins, emblems, titles. A new thing they came out with music. You can have music in your vehicles while you drive. Personally, I put on the 80s station. They have 80s music that came out in the battle pass, and I have that on because I love the 80s. Also, they have double XP tokens you can use to level up in the battle pass, and also level up your guns. Overall, I've always been a big fan of the battle pass. I played it in Fortnite, I played in Apex. So another aspect of the game is kind of like the skill-based matchmaking. So there's regular players, and there's also try-hard players. So I would classify myself as a regular player. Basically why I play the game is I think it's a good way to keep up with your friends. So friends I live far away from, where I can't speak to in real life. So I just get on there with my friends and we play a couple games, and we enjoy the game, and I think that's what classifies a regular player. And I can also play the game how I want to. I don't have to follow some sort of special plan like tryhard players do. So I would classify tryhard players as people who are on top of the game, who always know what's the best thing that's coming out, what's the best gun, and also what's the best meta. So meta is the most effective tactics available in the game. And so a lot of streamers say, this is the best meta, this is what we need to do to be on top of the game, to be number one. And I think tryhard players go for that. So one streamer I would say is definitely a tryhard player is Nick Merckx. He does a bunch of research on what's the best meta. He's always the first one to make a video put on YouTube what's the best gun right now, and where's the best place to land, what's the best plan to use, what's the best car to use, and how to use different abilities in different ways. What's the best way to use the ability? And it's kind of insane to me, because I don't even know how you would even research and try out all those guns to figure out, this is the best gun to use. For me, that would take forever, and that's just not me. I'm not a try-hard player. I like to just play the game with friends and have a good time. But overall, I love Warzone. It is actually the only game that I play right now, because I just love it and my friends love it. So we just get on there. It's so addictive and fun to play with friends. But that's basically what I have. So thank you.